Oh boy, my second take. The first take, I went too crazy about. Not enough energy, you know. Welcome to Boss Life, Vlog 15. I'm the host, creator, Marcus Thompson. And today we're going to talk about the people you roll with. There's a lot of us out there who still hang out with friends from back in high school because that's what we know. But little do we don't know is that it's time to grow up. We're no longer playing high school football, basketball, track, or whatever. We're beyond that. We're raising kids. We're handling debt. We're dealing with bankers. We're dealing with 9-to-5 jobs, 9 to 5 as your hours. Some of y'all working 10 hours, 6 days a week. Trust me, I know a lot of people like that. One job, paying nothing, 10 hours a day. So when you're trying to do better than that, when you're trying to achieve something that has never been achieved in your family, let alone just you trying to achieve it for yourself in your generation, that's hard. Because there's nobody that you could turn to like this and say, hey man, what do you think? You don't have that soundboard that has the credibility to help you get to the next level. And that's what you're trying to get in your life. Them friends that you can't turn to are the kind of people you might have to leave alone for a while. Not because you're better, but because they are at this point of life only. They're friends meant for this point of life only. Because if they weren't, they'll be trying to spit game to you about how to be better or how to become better, and why don't y'all team up and get better. If they not talking like that, or if they're rolling their eyes whenever you saying, hey man, I want to go accomplish this, I want to accomplish that, and all they have is negative things to say, like why you want to, man? That stuff is hard. You damn right it's hard. Life is hard. So if you're not in supportive of it, what kind of friend are you? If you're not giving me what I need to become a better person, then why should I continue to have you in my life? And it's a two-way street. Because let's face it, if you out here trying to get $1 million and you're learning how to get $1 million, and you're a genuine person, eventually you're gonna become that guy in the group that everybody turns to get something from, whether it's money, whether it's game, or something. You're gonna become the go-to person. But if nobody ain't giving back to you or putting, giving you value in return, you no longer need those people, because all they are is just leeches, and they gonna eventually suck the freaking life out of you. And I'm pretty sure we all know a friend like that. Somebody who's just there. They're not producing nothing. They're anti-productive. And that's somebody you don't need in your life. And it necessarily don't have to be a friend. I'm gonna go deeper, as I always do. I grew up in a neighborhood, a black, it's mostly black neighborhood, or all black neighborhood, judging by the 80s. And a lot of those moms out there were mostly single moms raising these kids. So them the kind of moms you need to watch out for, because a lot of time them the ones who comes at you worse than your friends. And what I mean by that is, say you become a big time star making a lot of money. That mom now feel obligated to have something in return. They felt like just because they raised you, gave you some food, gave you a roof over your head, they feel obligated to your money, to your wealth. They think they no longer have to do anything except just take from you. And people, I'm here to tell you, not only is that wrong, but that's dead wrong. If a parent sit up here and feed you, house you, and give you everything you need to survive from one day to another, you know what a regular person would call that? That's parenthood. That's being a parent. That's you accepting your responsibility for laying up with somebody and making this baby. You know, you make choices in your life to have this baby and keep this baby. So it was your responsibility to make sure this baby grows to a full adult, respectable adult. Now, what they do in adulthood is up to them. A lot of times you can shape adulthood early on by manufacturing things in their life, like teaching them how to be more financially responsible, teach them about good work ethic. You know, a lot of those little things goes a long ways from childhood to adulthood. But just because you did those things, you know, you gave extra into a person's life as a parent, does not mean that you are obligated to receive anything in return, and you shouldn't have that thought in your head. And this is another reason why I say that. You've been on this earth 18, 20, 30 years before that child was born. And you're the one who put yourself in this little hellhole of yours, not that baby. That baby is probably a byproduct of where your mind is at, or where you were at that time in your life. So when this baby grow up to be something, become somebody, and have wealth, you shouldn't be sitting there with your hand out saying, hey, remember when I did this for you? Remember when I did that for you? That ain't how the game is played. That is not how the game is played. That baby owes you nothing. And now if they decide to gift it to you, that's a different story. But remember, you got an 18, 20, 30 year head start on this baby. What the hell were you doing? Why couldn't you get out your own way and give that baby what you want? Does that make sense? You want $1 million from this kid because he's making $10 million now. That's 10% of his worth. How come throughout all these years you couldn't get your act together to give this baby $1 million? Or at least $1 million worth of lessons that they can build off of and go create $1 million. Instead of you just coming in waiting for them to make all this money so you could take some of it. A kid is not a lottery ticket. As a matter of fact, that makes you worse than the friends that they hang out with. That makes you worse than the friends who say, hey man, don't go and work too hard. We got a party over here today. You're worse than that friend that said, oh man, chill the hell out. Let's go smoke something. Let's go drink something. Let's go be 30 years old. Let's go be 40 years old hanging out in these streets, chasing these broads. These broads that do nothing but cause chaos and trouble. You get one on pregnant, and now you got to deal with her for life. Not 18 years. 18 years is just child support. It's just a payment on the kid. But as long as y'all got that kid, you're still going to have to deal with her. Because if your kid decide to have kids themselves, you still got to see her face at a birthday party. That's the kind of parent you are. You lower than them type of people. And the reason why I say that is because you know better. Your position in that kid's life was to protect them. And it was your responsibility to make sure that they were able to survive this crazy life. And if all you did was raise a lottery ticket, then that kid owes you nothing. As a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they should just pay you off until you go away. And if they did that, you'll really be pissed off. If you choose to have a kid as a lottery ticket, they make it and they're tired of your stuff, they're just tired of you, period. And they say, okay, mom, or okay, dad, you wanted money? Here's $2 million to go away. Leave me alone. I don't want to know you. I don't want to speak to you. This is it. Our relationship does not go beyond this point. Now what? A child of yours have cut you off. Now what? You can have all the pride in the world and say, well, it won't bother me. I got what I want. I got my money. That money runs out. And because you are who you are, that money is going to run out a lot sooner than later. And more than likely, you're going to want that child in your life later. And let's say you get wise in your age. You get wise in your age. And now your child has children. You got grandchildren out there, but you can't speak to them. You can't see them. As a matter of fact, they probably come out with how's them sports athletes always say about their coach? This was like my dad. They go find somebody to replace you with, somebody better, somebody who's not looking to use them. So people, I tell you today, watch who you have in your life. Watch your friends. Even better, watch your family too. Because not everyone around you is good for you. Especially if you have dreams and aspirations to get more out of this life. If they are at this point in their life with you and they don't want to move with you, then you got to keep moving. You got to go, you got to move forward. That's why I tell my nephew, all the friends you got right now, more than likely, you're going to outgrow them like a pair of shoes. Because one going to want to do one thing and another one's going to do another thing. Y'all super tight now because of where y'all at in your lives. But there's going to be one who's going to want to chase women. Another one who's going to chase money. You might go chase education. You might go chase, following your dreams to Hollywood or something. It's just some obscure like that. You might just want to just travel the world. And they just want to sit around in the hood and hang out with the homies. There's nothing wrong with that, even though it's kind of anti-productive. But to each his own. I'm not here to judge. All I'm saying is that you're going to have to surround yourself with somebody new. Especially if you're trying to get somewhere. There's somebody out there who knows what you want. And they know how to get it. And you're going to have to friend them. They may not like your old friends, and your old friends may not like them. So you're going to have to choose. What's it going to be? Sometimes you can't have both. You're just going to have to be an asshole and make the make the hard choices. That's life. But anyway, I appreciate everybody for joining me every day on Boss Life. I'm making strides to become better. Today, I done saw a housing person to get the ball rolling on getting my family a house. Every day for me from here on out is going to be a meaningful one. I'm going to try not to waste it. That's the true meaning of boss life. Well, that's part of it. That freedom. I'm going to get that freedom. Leave a like, share this, subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever. But just keep joining me on this daily struggle on getting better. And I hope I inspire others to do it. Have a good day.